What is up, everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel. Today, I have a entire video module and lesson that should be in my private coaching community, but instead I'm giving it away here for you guys for free. And it's called How to Turn Your Side Hustle into a Profitable Business. This applies to all the freelancers out there who are getting clients and gigs, like doing their own services, like whether it be like digital marketing or really whatever type of service out there that you're currently offering people in the wild. And this shows you how to go from struggling to being able to make 25K a month. That's is what it say right here, not 25K monthly retainers. I did close somebody one time for a 20 or 3K a month retainer. But on average, they pay anywhere from like 5, 6, 7, or 10 to 15. So like, just keep that in mind on average. So the side hustle trap, like basically when you're stuck in this trap, you are trading time for money. So you're stuck in an endless cycle of hustling for the next gig. Next, you're undercharging for your value. So you accept low rates just to keep work coming in. And this creates a vicious cycle of you constantly feeling desperate, needing to get clients and not being able to see your value and charge more than that. Third is missing the big picture. So you never flip the switch from service provider to business owners, which means you always feel like you need to do everything yourself. Like that doesn't mean that you shouldn't still review everything that your team does, but eventually you're going to have to hire people and build out systems and processes to make that more of a reality. So here's why most side hustles fail. They don't have any systems. You're just winging everything that comes your way. Even if you get an unusual project or offer from a client, you get low value clients and you say yes to everyone just to get started. But when in fact, you're creating opportunity cost for yourself of not being able to say yes to better clients when they come by. So don't do that. And like having one headache client can make things 10 times worse and way harder than having, a bunch of high level clients that don't question you as much or your worth. Also, it's up to you to make people see your value. So don't forget that part. If you're not good at that, that means you are not good at sales. 3, it's a waiting game. So you delay acting like a CEO until you feel ready. And the only way you feel ready is by taking action and being honest with yourself and being pushing yourself forward and not letting your self-esteem get eroded by you not doing what you know you should be doing. And finally, calendar control. So if your calendar controls you, your income will always be capped. But that being said, you do need to be structured at the same time. So you need to have a system and process for getting your stuff done, or else if you leave things too open-ended, a lot of people will just fall to the level of their systems, which is usually not having a system at all. So they crumble. So shift 1, productize your skills. So, if you don't have skills, then you need to buy a coaching program or a course or get a mentor or work for free for somebody until you do. That's what I did. I used to make $2.90 an hour living in Mexico. And I would also work for free for mentors. I would wake up at 4 and go work at their house. And I've also had lots of minimum wage jobs or jobs in retail and stuff like that to help learn. So, but if you are watching this and you have a good skill, identify core value, define the specific outcomes the clients are really willing to pay for. So for example, if you're just a copywriter and you just write words in a Google Doc, can you really make a tangible transformation for your client versus when you're a full stack email marketer, you're able to say hey, I'm actually able to make you a ton of money and attach a ROI or return on investment on your service. So it defines what the clients are really paying for, and they feel like they're buying more of a robust product with an offer, like a full-fledged offer stack, meaning bullet points explaining your offer, versus just a service hey, yeah, I'm good. I swear, here's my service. I just provide a service. You need to, and this goes for anything. You can literally make any service sound sexy, attractive, and appealing. I have a client right now in the home service space, and that's what we do. We make home services sound sexy, attractive, and appealing. So literally it can be anything and any type of offer or service. Then you package it up together as a product. So you give it a unique, sexy name, unique mechanism, email setup system or 10K launch plan or 0 to 1 formula, or, even just drum up something simple. If something simple is being done, just cleaning a glass, you could just say dazzle this glass, or that's a bad example, but you could say get the sparkling place guarantee or something like that, where it's your stuff is 100% going to be where they want to be, which in this case for cleaning, it would be dazzling. So scale through reputation. So define your process with each delivery for better results. So like, for example, if you're a copywriter, I would focus on one medium of copy, preferably email, because email is attached to a specific ROI. And then this also makes it more scalable through repetition. So if you hire people, there's less training involved, it's less processes involved. You're probably doing the similar processes over and over and over, and you can just repeat them. And that way you can able to leverage how much you're making and still not work like exponentially more, but make more in general. Shift 2. So think of retainers, not one-off. So 15K monthly base, that's just like 5K retainer clients that create stability. I do recommend people on average have at least 3 clients, because if you lose 1 or 2, you're not going to be on your ass and just out of an income. Now, I feel and sleep much better if I have like 6 or more. Most I've had is 10. And also, you want your clients to stay on board for a long time. So the better you are at delivering your service, that's why, my clients stay for 12 plus months. I've had some clients for 2.5 years, is because they know they can't get the offer better anywhere else. And so when you productize who you are, you get really good results, really good social proof. Like they feel like they're pigeonholed into just sticking with you. And this is also the case, especially the more hands you get on their business and the better you understand their business, the more it would cost them as far as opportunity costs to like switch and train somebody else. Or even if they were going to quote unquote, use AI or some shit, they know better because AI doesn't know your business like you know their business. 80% client retention. So as long as you qualify your clients appropriately and you do a good job, you should be keeping 80% of your clients at least. I keep way more. Like anybody I get, I keep because I qualify them appropriately. And I realize that anybody that I'm going to close for only 1 to 2 months and make 5 to 10K off of, like overall, it's going to cost me a lot more because I could have closed someone that's going to stay on board for 12 months or more. So that's like 60K or more. So content creation, consistently demonstrate expertise to attract ideal clients. So whenever you get a good result for your clients, make sure to go out there and put it on every possible medium you can. So like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, just put it literally everywhere. Put it in your stories, like make sure people actually see it, put it in your sales processes, put it in your outreach, and then optimize and scale. So refine your approach based on what's converting the best. Next, strategic partnerships. So build referral networks that bring pre-qualified leads to the table. So whenever I go to an event, especially, ones that are filled with a bunch of high level people, I will text everybody from the event and say, hey bro, I will give you a 20% commission on anybody I close for the first month. And so that way they're keeping their eyes like open about me, and they know that I'm hands down the best person for them and their clients. And then we'll often do client swapping with a lot of my friends. So I'm all about lowest hanging fruit. So going for referrals is hands down the easiest way to grow a business, but it's not a substitute for doing your basic hunting and farming, which is posting on social media and then also doing outreach. So I prefer a screen share pitch. So instead of it sounding scary like a sales call or a strategy session, I just say, hey, I'll do a screen share with you and I'll diagnose all the errors with your email marketing. And that way we can improve. I can identify some lowest hanging fruit and levers you can pull. So you'll be making money no matter what over a screen share. So I can show you what's working. And then when they realize how complicated it is and they can't do it on their own, then I'll introduce my offer and they'll feel like they have to do it, especially when combined with social proof. So shift 4, become the guide, not the help. So a strategic partner, position as a revenue generating asset, not as an expense. Results trackers, so track North Star KPIs and measure impact like a true business partner. So you're not just, shooting in the dark saying, yeah, bro, this is working, I swear. Like the majority of other marketing agencies, like actually have a North Star KPI in mind. So like for us, that would mean how many calls booked did we get per email, or how much money did we make per email or in any given week, or what's our email revenue over gross revenue, etc. Be more of a problem solver. So audit what's broken and propose high value solutions. Even if you don't know exactly how to execute the solution, by you bringing a strategic mindset to your current client, you're going to make a lot more money doing that. So if you're ready to build a real business, I personally prefer email marketing or copywriting in general, because copywriting is hands down the funnest way to make money online, in my opinion. And the main biggest ways to make money as far as online marketing is sales, copywriting, or media buying. And so I prefer copywriting because it's like being a salesman, but instead of talking and being glued to a phone all day, I can just write and then go do whatever I want after that. And then I prefer email marketing over just copywriting because all my clients are on consistent retainer and they stay for 12 plus months, and you're able to charge a high revenue and attach an ROI to your service so that clients like know that they need you. You know, it's not a lot of one-off retainers, you know, where you're struggling and constantly have to get new clients and you're on this like endless treadmill of struggling basically. And also you get to see the stats of all your emails so that you're able to improve on your copywriting way quicker than you are with anything else. If you write like a funnel or a landing page and it bombs, first of all, you're relying on the client to implement it. As an email marketer, you implement it yourself. You don't rely on them to do it, which ensures that you get to keep the client because you're constantly, you know, getting the client over and over and over and on repeat business. And so it's able to create like a really good, consistent, reliable income stream for yourself. So if you want to hear more about that, go ahead and click the link in the description of this video. It discusses more about my coaching program, Full Stack Email Marketer, which is the only coaching program on email marketing in the space that goes over not just copywriting and how to get clients, but also the tech and strategy of like the entire email marketing business. And also, not to toot my own horn, I have the most social proof out of anybody else in the game as far as coaches out there. Like I've worked with the biggest people in the game, like Russell Brunson, a 12-figure guru that is from Fiji and bought his mom an island. You definitely know him. He's been in a lot of movies. And then Alex Hormozy as well. So that's just to name a few. And go ahead and click the link in the description. Keep watching my videos, guys. I freaking love you. And drop a comment. Drop a black dot emoji, and I will reply to all the questions. Mad love, everybody. Peace.